Hey everyone, this is Kyjor, and today I'm going to be talking about the progress I've made on my game engine written in Julia. So this video is going to be different if you've seen my other videos. They're a little bit more edited, not a lot, but this is going to be basically just me kind of running through some stuff, talking about it, and I'm going to post it. So I'm going to keep trying to do this. Hopefully this kind of sticks. So, but I guess we'll see. So today what I want to talk about is the advancements in the way of the editor. So first of all, I'm going to show you what the editor currently is like. And it's going to be a little bit broken because I made some changes to it, but the most of it's going to be here. So essentially with the editor, there's some cool stuff for me at least that I've added. So one thing is that we actually can load projects using a .file dialog with Windows, and it works with other operating systems as well. I tried it, and so we can actually click the button, then we can select our project, and then we can select it, and then what it'll do is it'll grab all the scenes in there. So it'll look for the scenes folder, grab all the JSON files in there, return them, and then we can actually open a scene from there. That's great. And so we can actually click the button and then it's going to load the scene. But here's where I'm going to show you the differences, because this is the old quote old editor right now. So the issue with this old editor is I'm using OpenGL for the editor itself, but then I need to open an SDL window because the game engine's based on the SDL renderer. It's not based on OpenGL. And that's just something when I started the engine, I didn't want to get into OpenGL or anything like that. Eventually, I think we will, but right now we're just not doing that. The biggest issue is this. This is just janky, right? Like there's a problem. Like this is what's really been holding me back with the engine, making me feel like it's like not really official, is the fact that I have two different windows here. Like this is annoying. So the way I was getting around that is this window basically will just sync up with the position when I let go of it, right? So when I move it around and then actually let go of the window, it'll say, okay, where's that window at? All right, we're gonna move there, right? We're just gonna follow it. It's great, right? Like great workaround. And I've been working with it for, probably 6 months, 8 months now. But it's just not, for me, it's just not good enough. Like I'm very frustrated with this. The reason why I had to do that is, so I'm using Julia, and Julia is based, a lot of the packages are based on bindings to C language, like projects. The IamGUI project, they're different backends. They call them backends. So different backends to render these things. And the OpenGL backend has been implemented with Julia. So they have all the bindings and everything. And there's some stuff that actually is written in Julia in terms of like the actual backend. So a lot of that's Julia code, and then it's basically copied. Like it looks a lot like the C code, but it's actually Julia. And so essentially what I had to do was I had to create the SDL rendering backend for IamGUI, which was a pain. I think I logged literally 30 hours on it because I was just figuring out how to read C code, C++ code, and convert that to Julia. I did have some help from ChatGPT just overall, but actually getting it to work was a lot more work. The biggest issue with this is we have two separate windows here, right? We have two separate windows. So when I click this window, if I want to make an action, like if I want to click on something, I want to make an action, I have to click the window twice because I have to get actually click it to focus it, and then I have to do something, right? And with that, there's a lot of stuff you can't do, and there's a lot of weird things. So this is an always on top window. So if I just drag another window over it, it's going to cover it up. So the way I got around that is I just have a button here that minimize this window, bring it back up, minimize it, bring it back up. That's so much work for something that should be working. Like I should have had this working. All right, so we are switched to the new branch. So let me show you what I have so far. In terms of functionality, it's not there. It's more of let's get this working, right? Like let's actually get it working. So first of all, we're rendering it, right? That's great. Like we can render things. There's some jank stuff in here. So if anyone who happens to know anything about IamGUI can just off top of your head see what the issue here is for me, just let me know. So stuff like this on the left side of the screen, top left, text cuts off randomly. If I open it up, it doesn't. I've noticed I have more issues with windows that are like not docked. So there is actually a button here, but as soon as I dock it, I can see it. So I assume it's something with like clipping or something like that. But for the life of me, I can't figure it out right now. I'm sure down the line I'll fix it. But right now, it's not. It's not a big blocker, right? But it is going to be a blocker. What I can do is I can open the scene. It's hard coded to like one specific scene right now. Let me just dock that. And then we have our scene, and this is what I'm talking about. This is the clipping issue. So this, I think I can just fix it by moving it. Yeah, you see that? That's janky. But now we have our scene, right? Right? Like I can move around and stuff like that. It's really slow right now. I don't know what I did in terms of input, but it's really slow. I have the scene here, and it's not a separate window. So eventually I'll be able to drag and drop things over, like, objects in a scene or something like prefabs, like Unity or something like that, and stuff like that, or even drag stuff out of the scene, which is amazing, right? That's just freaking awesome. But right now, this is what we have. This is the scene. It opens it, renders it, and everything like that. And I should be able to click on things. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. But yeah, so I have my scene here, and then now just to prove it to you, look at that. I can drag an IM GUI window over it. Like it's not gonna block everything out. It's just like it's native. Like it's in there. Like so I'm super pumped about this. Like this makes the engine feel official, right? So the next steps for me are there's a lot of cleanup to do. There's some hopefully I can fix this clipping issue. Like look at this. This is supposed to say file, and then like things are just getting cut off. I'm not sure why. Maybe there's just something I'm missing in terms of clipping, but I'm gonna go through and we'll get there. We'll eventually get there. But I'm like super excited about this. This is what I really wanted to show. The next update will probably be actually like getting this back up to parity with the original editor, and then that's when we can start building features like drag and drop and stuff like that. If you have any questions or any comments, just leave them in the comments below. If you're interested in the engine, I'll have a link in the description to it, and if you want to contribute, just let me know. But other than that, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you have a good day.